Hello and welcome to my corner of the internet. I'm Darkbloom, and today we're going to be talking about Kong Survivor Instinct. And this is the second Kong game in basically a whole year. Last year we had the wonderful Kong Skull Island by the marvelous Game Mill. They are such a wonderful studio. If you can't tell, it's completely sarcasm. That game is one of the worst games I ever played in my life. Now Kong Survivor Instinct, on the other hand, it's much better compared. But it has its flaws, and a lot of them, and we're going to talk about it because I played it, I beat it, I have opinions, and you're here to hear them. Kong Survivor Instinct, it is a side-scrolling Metroidvania game. And I use the term Metroidvania very loosely because so does the game, because it hardly is one. You follow our wonderful protagonist David Martin as he searches for his daughter, who is just out there in the fucking monster infested city just surviving away, doing her dues, and he's out here looking for her. And you know, he goes through a whole fucking lot. Kong Survival Instinct is a MonsterVerse game and is connected to the movies. This game takes place right after Godzilla vs. Kong, after the Mecha Godzilla fight, and it'll explain that to you too, which honestly, I'm a big Godzilla fan, so I really appreciated this. I really appreciate a lot of the lore in this game. You'll come to find that out later in the video. But yeah, it's connected to the MonsterVerse and it is very faithful to it. You do not play as a kaiju in this game, you play as David, a view from a human. David here is looking for his daughter, so obviously David is no goddamn monster. You're just a normal person trying to survive and get through the destroyed city looking for your family. And David here goes through quite a lot, let me tell you. Between escape sequences with monsters, horrible combat with these stupid ass AI, and of course you have puzzles. David here, he has a lot cut out for him. Motherfucker deserves Father of the Year. Now with that all being said, let's dive into Kong Survival Instinct. This 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania game has a lot going for it, but at the same time, it has almost nothing going for it. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't really hate this game and I don't think it's a bad game, but I do think it's a boring game, and what really interests me with this game was the fact that I'm such a Godzilla fan and I kinda enjoy the MonsterVerse movies. And of course that means I'm a King Kong fan, so of course I wanna check this game out. If I didn't enjoy those things, I would not touch this game. I would be bored within the first hour and probably quit playing it, and that's kinda just the truth here. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad game. It has its moments and it's fun at times, but overall I just feel bored playing. Yes, it has its cool moments. Pretty much every moment with the kaiju is memorable in this game. Yes, the environments are visually pleasing, and I think the concept of running around a destroyed city in a Metroidvania game is fun and interesting. However, this game leaves a lot to be desired, and I do mean a lot. The game looks great, the maps are well designed, but on other aspects like the combat, it is just completely lackluster. It just feels so undercooked. Let me show you an entire combat encounter from the late game actually, because this is how it plays out every single time unless there's an environmental hazard involved.
Go get him! He's packing!
I absolutely hate the combat in this game. I find it completely dull, to be honest. Almost every fight in this game feels scripted. Like, you run into a room, a bug pops out, you run down the hall, 3 enemies run down the hall ready to fight you. Like, there is just no enemies just in the world living or doing something. You always just see them run at you off screen, or they pop out of the ground or off the ceiling if they're a bug. It is so fucking boring, and it might be my fault and a skill issue, but I forgot you can dash half the game. There's never even any boss fights. It's all escape sequences, which are cool in their own right. It would be better if the game had both the escape sequences and actual boss fights to some extent, but they don't have that. They just have the escape sequences substituting as boss fights. And don't get me wrong, these escape sequences are some of my favorite parts of the game. They're really cool, but I miss boss fights, especially in a Metroidvania game. Like, I don't know, man. Something that does grind my gear about these escape sequences is that they're visually pleasing, yes, but they're kind of boring by the time you beat the game, and they're really not even that hard besides maybe the last one. Other than that, they're just kind of cool to look at, and you're going, oh, wow, ooh. Other than that, it's just kind of dull. It gets old very quickly, just like the rest of the game. It all becomes repetitive. Kong Survival Instinct claims to be a Metroidvania game, but it really does use that term loosely. Yes, it has power-ups and paths that you kind of have to backtrack to, and you can come back to later and break down different walls, but the power-ups are basically a crowbar, a hammer, your gun, a grappling hook, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing in this 5-hour game game really that stands out besides the grappling hook. I thought that was pretty fun. A lot of times you have to use gears and keys to go forward instead of your power-ups. Yes, you have to knock down a wall every now and again. It's a mixture of both, but it feels like they could have really done a lot more with the abilities or tools they give you, because it's not really abilities, it's more just tools, crowbar, gun, etc. You get the idea. There just isn't much. The game's only 5 hours long too, and for $25 it's kind of a steep asking price. I get it, this is a small developer, that's why I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt here a little bit. Beat the game and actually somewhat enjoyed it, but it wasn't really that fun. I mean, the only reason I really liked it was because it's visually pleasing, really good looking game for what it is. And the Monsterverse, like I said earlier, that's kind of it. The kaiju sequences in this game are really fucking cool. I enjoy seeing the kaiju pop up and fuck around with the environment while you're running through a building. It's just cool to look at. It's unique and there's no other game really like it, but it doesn't make it really fun or like different. It's just the Monsterverse thing is the only special thing it has going for it. It's not reinventing the wheel or anything here. It's playing it as safe as possible, and the story is okay. It's nothing really special and doesn't stick with you. The writing feels very bare bones. The kaiju make it interesting. You're basically hunting down your daughter the entire 5 hours. You want to find some bad guys as well and try to figure out why these monsters are attacking, but other than that, you're trying to find your daughter. And when you do find your daughter, you find out she's been a part of the whole thing.
Or work. You're responsible for all this?
This is too dangerous. I know you probably think you've been through a lot already, but for real, no more we're playing search and rescue. Just get in that submarine and go.
Working with the fucking bad guys, helping tame the kaiju and releasing them. Like, she was a part of all that. You learn that at the very end. After all that fucking nonsense, the facility goes underwater and you're washed ashore with your daughter, and that's pretty much the end of the game. It cuts to black and credits come in. One thing I will give this game credit for is the cutscenes are gorgeous. I very much appreciate the cutscenes in this game. A lot of the times these cheaper or lower budget games, they don't have cutscenes, they have still images with fucking voice acting over it, and I hate that. They don't do that with this game. They actually put effort in the cutscenes, and I do appreciate that. In conclusion, this game isn't the worst game I've ever played. It's actually a pretty decent game. It's not a very fun game, but it's not a bad game either. It's kind of just meh, okay. The developer is a very small developer, so I give them some benefit of the doubt there. But this game just feels like it cut a lot of corners. The combat's awful. It's visually pleasing, I'll give it that, and the kaiju scenes are amazing, like I've said, but that's all it has going for it. Would I recommend this to a friend? If they're really into the Monsterverse, hell yeah. Otherwise, no, I wouldn't. This is a really niche game, I'm gonna be honest. The ragdoll physics are funny. That's all I really have for you guys this week. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.